So we're working on a short documentary with them, and they've invited us into their home and into their family, and this is a little taste of what we'll be sharing with you guys at LTV.
Memory loss, thinking and language ability, changes in personality.
Who are we to judge when we are not in their shoes? And it's the love that B. Smith gave to everybody.
Dan says disease has taught them to live in the present the way a person with Alzheimer's only can.
My stomach is dying, plain and simple.
There was a conversation about race. It was a conversation about long-term care. It was a conversation about love.
I'm throwing myself off here.
Well, and here we are today.
That was pretty impactful. I mean, that was short and to the point. My name is Dan Gasby. Many of you know me. I've been a resident in Sag Harbor with my wife, Barbara Elaine Smith, better known as B. Smith, for the past 26, 27 years. We had a restaurant for 17 years. Probably and arguably the most beautiful space in the Hamptons on the water. Point of reference, it was the largest 100% African American owned restaurant or business from Montauk to Huntington, 55 miles. We had a diversity where there were people who worked for us who were 4 and 5 generation residents of this beautiful area, the east end of Long Island, to people who just had come here from, Latino countries and everything in between. What B and I believed in was to bring a diverse group of people together in a stylish environment. There was no pretense. Whether you were a dishwasher or you were the owner, you were all part of one unique family. I love that woman. I love this woman. We've been married 27 years. I've never had one argument with her. About 10 years ago, I couldn't figure out what was going on. All of a sudden, I could be in a place like this and we'd walk into a room and she had that unique ability like a ball player to be able to see the ball and to see a person in the stands and see what they were doing, but be able to focus with her unique qualities, her unique smile, her unique goodness. She was like the eye of a tornado. No matter how much was swirling around, she was always calm, she was always elegant, she was always beautiful. And we could talk to each other from across the room with our eyes. And one day, we couldn't, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And not to belabor it, that degraded into a whole host of things that I couldn't figure out. We talked about it. We went to several doctors. They asked us to do cognitive tests. And from those cognitive tests, we determined that there was something that was neurologically wrong. And from that, we went and had a beta amyloid test. We went to Mount Sinai, and that was the day we realized that she had Alzheimer's. Now, we had always prepared for life before what she was going through and what I was going through during, and then the what ifs. We walked from 101st, 102nd Street on Fifth Avenue, and I can remember it and see it. It was a warm, beautiful day. And we got to around 92nd Street and Fifth, and she stopped me and she says, I know what I got. I know what this means. I know where it's going to take me. I want you to do a couple of things. I want you to tell the story. Unvarnished, tell the story. And I want you to go on with your life. Long story short, I kept it hidden for 5 years that there was something wrong because we were two sides of one coin. And that meant one thing. I got your back, and she had my back. And we went through that, and anyone who's in here knows anything about dementia or Alzheimer's knows one thing. When you've gone through that journey as a caregiver, we all have a certain simpatico. We know that it's a 24/7, 365, nonstop. It's mind-numbing, try to keep your sanity, and you try to keep that person's dignity. And at a certain point, I knew that I had to let go to hold on because it was taking me down. I was drinking too much. I gained 35 pounds. I was miserable. I was sitting in a room with a woman who I loved who was no longer there. She was a hologram. It was like holding on to a cloud. And I realized that I've got to find light. And by chance, I was in Lulu's restaurant, back to back with this lovely woman. And she overheard me say to someone else, I'm lonely. And most people don't understand. Most men have a difficult, they don't know how to admit when they're weak. And I think the greatest strength anyone can exhibit is to know when you can't do something by yourself.
And be vulnerable.
And to be open and to be vulnerable. And that begat a relationship that we have now for over a year and a half. I lost 35 pounds. At 65 years old, I was 65 the 10th of March. I'm in the best shape I've been in the last 20 years. I love Bea. I'm in love with her. And I have no qualms about looking anyone in the eye and saying that. You know, my old man, I said earlier, was a bookie, and he told me something. He had a friend who was Salvatore, and he used to go and meet Sally, and they would have a little anisette. And one day I heard him say Chindan, or Chindani. And I said, Pop, what does that mean? He says, well, the Italians have an expression, 36,500 days, 100 years of help. He said to me, but you gotta understand, and this was 1969. He was driving an electric 225. Some of you may remember that car. I was in there with him. He said, Pop, he said, boy, as he always said, every day is precious. He said, 25,550 is 70 years. He was a mathematician. He said, the shortest distance between 2 points in math is a straight line. The shortest distance between 2 points in life is the truth. Live your truth. And that's what I'm doing now. I love it.
Thank you for sharing the story again. And that's what I found very, I mean, I just had dinner with you guys and Bea at a friend's birthday party at Pierre's. And it's you know, I'm a Latino guy, so I mean, you bring your crazy uncle, you bring anybody to dinner. I mean, we never leave anybody out of, you bring everyone. So I'm very used to it, you know, and I feel like you guys have been dealing with a lot as far as, you do look great, Dan, you do, and I saw you looking a hot mess. You look awesome. And I'm happy because I see that you're happy. Alex, I know you, and you're very happy, and Bea's happy, and I see a lot of love there. And that's what I understand. That's what I see when we're hanging out, when I come over, when you guys come to the studio, or even dinner. I mean, we had dinner, she was hanging out for 2 hours. She wasn't really there, but she was harmless.
She lived in her own world.
She lived in her own world.
She has, and what I really find is, and what's amazing, is, you know, Bea still has this positive spirit. And she lives in her own happiness, in her own world. But she loves to laugh. She actually, the other day, just when I was leaving, she was skipping down, you know, the sidewalk, and she finds her own happiness.
She's very regal. I mean, honestly, when you invited me to help you guys curate the house, and you guys were over your head. I mean, it's a large home, and you made that transition because you needed to, in mind of having a large space for her to walk through. And even when I was placing the artwork, which I do professionally constantly, but this was a special set of circumstances. And I honor you guys for sharing your story. I know it has not been easy.
We look to Marston, we look to Margot. They're the youth, they're the future.
Yeah. That's another thing I wanted to acknowledge, actually, that I'm very impressed with. Mars and Margot, that, you know, younger people really have taken they have seen what we're going through and they've caught the attention. And it is so nice that we have your support and so really meaningful